Namaste, 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 namaste. Welcome, everybody. Good morning, beautiful souls. It's Sudi, but you might know me as Sudguru, your spiritual fairy godmother. I translate universal messages into plain English so your life stop feeling like a bad soap opera and start feeling like a Netflix original you actually like. What a concept, huh? Imagine if from today on, you and I start our life from a 0 point, zero limit. Can we do that together? Imagine if you and I start fresh this morning, this minute, and we just wipe up our past totally and fully. Are you in, guys? Say yes or no. I know. I've been gone for maybe 6 or 7 months. And since then, Kardashian have changed faces again. TikTok trends have come and gone. And then, in the meanwhile, I've been in my own non duality cave preparing for today live. Today is a comeback. So, well, I'm welcoming myself back. And today is a wake up and grab your cosmic coffee, study. You can pick up a copy, but maybe you prefer to have your cosmic coffee and join the tribe moment. This is not just another Instagram live. This is your ticket off the hamster wheel of loneliness, insecurity, fear, and traumas, and the repeat of the past programmings and behaviors. We are building a community, feels like family, minus the toxic chat groups. I'm here to teach you real love, safety, security, balance, the art of bringing your prince and princesses charming and your own crown. So, on this channel, we're gonna start building our wealth, happiness, and mostly awakening. This is your place if you ever choose to wake up, walk out of the matrix, and I am here as your fairy godmother to hold your hand with love, compassion, and just like the old wisdom of the universe is transmuting every step that we're taking from this moment on, the kind that even makes your alarm clock jealous. So, today we're going to expose the mind. This is the first step. As you guys know, I've been teaching non duality, not that non duality is a fresh new concept, but really, if we go back, Ramana Maharaji, which is one of the gurus that I love dearly, he was just love. And then every other gurus, they start continuing his teaching, and that was non-duality. And this is what has become my teaching for years. And if you are on this channel, we're going to start to stop the basics of non-duality, which we're going to start from the mind, that overworked underpay factory spitting out 95,000 recycled thoughts a day, and meet its evil twin, your ego, with all hundreds of its faces. We pull the camera back and see how your story is cast, who's playing what role, and then you learn how to write the screenplay yourself. And actually, for the first time, this can be the screenplay that you're writing, that you really choose every characters. You become the director, the producer, the casting agent, and all of the above. So, how does that feel? And you can become the lead actor. Did you feel that till now you've been playing an extra in the movie that your mind and your ego has been created? And you were just wondering, where do I get to play the real lead actor or actress, right? So this is your time. This is the moment when you and I start to take control and start to become the main actor. And in the meanwhile, ding dong, listen, guys, maybe at this time you want to remove some of the characters who showed up in your movie uninvited, right? So we're going to do a major cleanup. Couple of days ago, guys, I have a wild imagination, and I'm actually writing a major novel which is going to turn into a screenplay. So I'm not going to tell you the secrets and everything that I have been written till now. Probably in the next couple of months, if I stay in my cave, I will be able to rewrite and finish this novel and screenplay. I can wait. I'm excited, and I'm sure once it comes up, you guys are going to love it. But what I was going to tell you is that a couple of days ago, I was thinking about how would it be if Adams and Eve will be living now. Let's start with the story. I want you to really imagine. Let your mind go wild and imagine how it would have been. And my mind started writing this funny screenplay regarding Adam and Eve. And now, for a second, I want you all to follow me in this movie. The movie has started from this moment on, right? So imagine that Adam and Eve, they're not living in some dusty garden. They're just living right now in the year of 2025 with Wi Fi and iPhone. Adam's scrolling crypto TikTok, trying to trade fig leaves for Bitcoin. Eve is running a wellness account on Instagram, which titles Gut Health Garden to Table, and absolutely no snake allowed. The spirit, no, even the reptile anymore. It is an algorithm whispering, algorithm whispering, click this for instant enlightenment. And then Apple launched a new fruit shaped garden. And then the shape of the garden that is creating is going to become our new gadget, the iFruit. And Eve takes one bite and say, "Oh my God, Adam, this is organic knowledge." In the meantime, Adam is freaking out and he's like, "Wait, did you read the terms and condition?" And boom, they are out of Eden and into a rental in LA with skyrocketing rent and ring cameras on the door. But the kicker, instead of shame, they're now in couple therapy, live streaming their healing journey. Hi, guys. Welcome back to our channel, Eden Unplug. Today, we are unplugging our scarcity mindset with a trauma informed snake. And now I want you to imagine what's happening with this pattern. Sketch it. Let your mind go and start keep going. If Adam and Eve were living right now, how would it be? Imagine now we're going to add. I was thinking, what happens if I add Adam and Eve's parents into the picture in 2025? Probably Adam's mind is in the comment like, I told you not to talk to this snake, but you didn't listen, did you? And Eve's dad is texting, why are you naked on Instagram again? Put some clothes on before the neighbor sees you. And then Adam's mind started a Facebook group called Mothers Against Forbidden Fruit. Eve's dad filed a noise complaint with the HOA because the cherub in the garden is playing too loud. And in the meanwhile, I was thinking, what would be the role of God here? And then I imagined that God is sitting up there and he's tired of everything that's happening like an old landlord. And he said, I gave you free will but not free Wi Fi. So, this is literally what happens when we don't heal our ancestral patterns. Even Eden, imagine what happened. What is the story that we know about Adam and Eve? They just had a bite of an apple and everything start going haywire. Is this true? Now, for a moment, I want you all to contemplate. Free yourself from all the stories that we have heard from the Bibles, from Quran, from, I don't know, any other religion, whatever we've been feeding till now. Do you see that is always we as human made a mistake and we got punished for it? So, what I want you guys to be aware of right now is this. What if there was no God who would punish us? What if everything that we're doing and experiencing is just the right thing for you and I to be experienced? What if we go beyond the lens of mind and ego? The translation of this is good or this is bad. Can you imagine that? So, one of the goals for this tribe that we're creating right now is this, that we experience togetherness, unity. We're starting to become one. And that's why we are here right now. Because we all been Adam and Eve at some point, tempted by shiny illusion, blamed by our parents, evicted from our Eden of peace. But the truth, you can build a new garden, a healthy community where everyone grows instead of gossips. So I want to invite you guys to join this tribe. This is your tribe. This is your community, right? And then I want to ask you, as a healthy community, not a cult, what does it require for us to have a healthy community? What do we need? When you and I become a part of a group, a tribe, what should we be doing? What should we be doing? Write it in the comments for me. Let me see. What is your picture? of the right community. To me, I would say the first thing is to be fully conscious. So you and I promised one another, hold each other's hand through this process, right? To see how can we help one another? How can you and I start, instead of feeling the separation, start feeling the oneness? So from this moment on, write down in the comments. We're going to go step by step because we do not want to miss anything. So, step one is for me to promise myself to stay conscious the whole time. First thing in the morning, as you open your eyes and you become aware that you are awake, you remember what is it that you will remember, what is it that we've forgotten is the connection with the universe. So, where did everything start? All of our sufferings, everything that we have been experiencing till now. The minute you and I start separating ourselves from the main source, I don't care what you call it God, you call it divine, universe, whatever. The minute you and I start feeling that separation, what happens? We feel lonely. We feel that nobody has our back. We feel insecurity. We feel depression. We become anxious, right? So, wouldn't that be right that the first step will be, as soon as I open my eyes, I connect myself to the universe? As I often imagine, and maybe I said that before, I don't know, I don't remember because I haven't been doing any shows or lives for the past few months, but I want to bring this back again. When you and I start becoming conscious, and I feel that every strand of my hair is an antenna. So I imagine all of my hair as antennas are pulling up and receiving universal messages, receiving the guidance, receiving the love. And how would that be if we don't do anything else? The only thing that you and I do all day long, from the minute you wake up till the time you go to bed, all you're thinking and imagining is that every strand of your hair is just connected to the universe, and you're constantly connected, aligned, aware, receiving. Now, oops, I just remembered something. Probably some of those people who are bald are going to think now, what about me? What happens if you're bald and you don't have any hair? Then how would you make that connection? I would recommend you buy a wig. Any kind will work. I probably will buy some wigs and sell it online to those of you who are bald and you're thinking, oh my God, no, now I'm disconnected totally because I don't have hair. So I just got that. You see, guys, when you're connected to the universe just gives you idea. And I just got that idea for bald people. Anyway, so first step, you and I are remembering that we have to be connected the whole time. The minute you make that connection, you stay conscious, you know, you're aware that God, universe, divine is living within you. So We remove the separation, and now I feel good. And I want you to do that right now, this moment. Just for this moment. Empty out yourself. Close your eyes for a second. And imagine that you are one connected with the universe. Don't see yourself separate. And just feel the universal light, warmth, the high vibrations, and all that. And you breathe in, breathe out. Every time you breathe in and out, you remember that he or the universe or she or whatever we want to call it is the one who's bringing the breath, circulating. Your blood is doing everything automatically. Everything is on an autopilot from the universe. If you do this 2-3 minutes in a day and break it out, whenever you get anxious, you're stressed out, you just separate yourself from your workplace, from the vampires around you, whatever the situation is, and just take a few breaths and reconnect yourself again. And imagine if we do that, how our immune system will be operating. Imagine all the fear based anxieties, the old stories, the whatever your mind, the story that your mind is telling you, you let that go and you constantly connect yourself to the universe, and you know that the universe has your back. When you're conscious or unconscious, the universe is just doing everything is moving, right? When did you sleep and was worried that, God, don't forget to have my heart pump while I'm sleeping? God, should I ask you please not to forget? God is not forgetful. Okay? So relax and allow the universe, the divine, to run your day. You will see how much better it is. So I'm coming back on my teaching, the non duality. So, what causes our separation? Ego from age 2, as the ego starts seeing itself as a different entity, right? So I have if you guys have been with me for a while, you know that I have two very fundamental, famous exercises. Number one is thought cut silence. So you know, every mind, I know we always get confused and we always say, but you don't know, Sudguru, my mind is so active. Every mind, regardless of the type of job you do, whether you have a high IQ or low IQ or whatever, one of the function of the mind is that it creates thoughts. 75 to 95,000 thoughts per day. So imagine 75 to 95,000 thoughts per day. What did I do? Where did I go wrong? Oh my God, I don't want that to happen. The economy is that. What if I lose my, you see that, right? You see the pattern. So the practice of thought cut silence is just reminding you that you are not your thoughts. So basically, you are aware that this mind, as I call it, a thinking machine, a factory that produces and is overproducing and overworked 95,000 thoughts a day. It is not you. So the first step is the awareness, right? The second step is the practice of thought cut silences. Imagine that universe gave you this tool, a golden scissor. What is the purpose of this golden scissor? For you to cut off the thoughts. So the minute your mind start getting your attention and is bringing the urgency that, oh my God, it is so important for you to hear me. This is so important. You shouldn't miss this. You start cutting it after, oh, mom, job, yesterday. So tell me, geniuses, what happens if you keep cutting out after the first word? You become into this millisecond of silence, right? So you keep cutting, you gaining second. You keep cutting the next word, you gain another second. You keep cutting the next word, you gain. So by keep doing this during the day, your 5 seconds end up in 10 seconds, and by doing and rehearsing day after day after day, then it comes the time that you catch yourself and you see for 10, 20, 30 minutes you've been mindless. Imagine that. Imagine if you reach that state that you are mindless for 30 minutes. How much energy are you saving? And let me tell you what, in that 30 minutes that you are experiencing this silence, you are moving from the mind ego part to the other side, which is your heart and soul. So then again, you know that the heart vibration is 100 times more than even the mind. Not only the heart vibration is 100 times more than the mind, the quality of the heart and mind is different. Do you see that? What is the, write it in the comment for me. Come on, guys, fast. Wake up. What is the quality of the mind? The quality of the mind is to either create a question, that's why we call it a monkey mind, is curious, it's always on the moon, right? Moving. So, and then the mind wants to find a question to an answer, and also the mind likes to do a puzzle. So it intentionally, the mind creates some dramas, dilemmas, and then it gets itself to solve that dilemmas. And while the mind is doing its job, where are you? If you're conscious, you're understanding that this is the mind, this is the game of the mind, this is the busyness of the mind. You don't get involved with the thought cut silence, you keep separating yourself. And if you're unconscious, what happened? You make the drama, trauma, obstacles that the mind is creating for its own entertainment, you get involved in it, you make it yours, and you become miserable, you become stressed out, right? So that's the quality of the mind. What is the quality of the heart? The heart that is vibrating hundreds times more. Love, understanding, compassion. That's the quality. So, do you get me now, geniuses? The quality of mind, some good, but mainly not so good, chaotic situation. The quality of the heart, love, compassion. So, at this moment, I would like all of us to switch off from the mind and tune in to the heart. Imagine right now is I am tuning in to my heart. Everything that happened even till a second ago disappears. And I come to my heart. The only thing that comes out is just love, feeling divine, feeling one with the divine, calm, serene, just love and ecstasy. And from here, there is no urgency to do something. Do you see that? When I come from the heart, that's a total state of surrendering, being one with God. So I don't have to do anything. There is no urgency to go somewhere or to do something or to resolve something. Do you see that? So let's work with this too. What do you choose now? The mind, curiosity, why is this like that? Why did my mother do that? Why did that person do that? Why did I do that? Creating problems, going after solution to solve the problem, or you want to come from the heart and you just go with love, ecstasy, oneness. Good choice, everyone. Good choice. Heart, 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 heart. There we go. So now we're going to go back. First thing in the morning, we said as we wake up, we realize that the mind and ego has also waken up. Therefore, it's my job. If I want to stay conscious, I'm going to have to know that the mind is creating thoughts and I'm supposed to be on thought cut silence. And what's the part of the ego? The second part of my practice is acknowledging the ego. What is the ego? The ego is your whole identity. From the way you connect to your name, Sudi, Sudabe, Sudguru, Fairy Godmother, is how I connect. And when somebody said, Fairy Godmother, you're translating the universal messages on the planet Earth so we can have an easier life, that we can turn that bad soap opera into Netflix Prime that I really love and enjoy. My connecting to whatever name from there on, every identity. I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm emotional, blah, blah. All of this is the ego. Every sticker is the ego. Codependency, being shameful, dramatic, every sticker is the ego. So the second practice, lovely angels, is for you to recognize that you are not your ego. And I make this into the practice. Everyone that works with me on my webinars and all of that, I tell them to name your ego. So for instance, my full name is Sudabe, as you might know me as Sudi. And I'm also known as Sudguru, which is the name that I got. Sud Guru. Sud, as you all know, I'm Persian, and Sud in Farsi language means benefit. Somebody that in their presence, you receive love, compassion, money, energy, whatever. Or you put your money in the bank and your money in your saving account or your CD account accumulate what? That's what it is, Sud, right? So, Sud Guru. So the Sud Guru name that I intuitively picked up is the name of my higher self that is one with the universe. And that's where I'm connected the majority of the time, right? So this is this part, and I know Sudi as my ego. So from the minute I wake up, I am aware of Sudi. She's my twin. It's not a second that I separate from Sudi. She's always here. She's me. She's exactly look like me. She's my twin. She's my shadow. She's walking side by side. And after all these years, I have learned the best way to deal with Sudi is to accept her, to have love and compassion for her. And one of the most important thing to deal with our ego is for you to understand the biggest need of the ego. Please write this down in the comment. The biggest need of the ego is acknowledgement. Ego is after acknowledgement. So, in order for the ego to make your life a little bit easy, is to give it acknowledgement. 100 times per day, Sudi, I see you. I know you are making or creating my whole storyline. I know that you are the boss. I know that you, by using my mind, constantly creating my reality. So, this is the secret. Please write down secret. This is super important for you to understand that ego needs recognition. The more during the day you give that recognition to your ego, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I know you're the boss, I know you're the one who's creating my whole reality, the better this creature acts, right? And then if you come to my workshop, I have a workshop webinar on Sundays, we really go deep into this stuff. So eventually, the quality of your life depends on the quality of your relationship with your ego, right? So in my webinar, I said, we as human beings are really something we don't understand what a jewel we are. I mean, we are so super complicated. So as a whole, when I say I see you as whole, I categorize that into 6 categories, and I want you guys to write it down right now. Are you ready? Number 1, ego. You imagine that ego is the CEO of the company. Number 2, mind. The mind, imagine it as the AI. It just creates any picture, anything that you give it to, right? So the ego, the CEO of the company, is using the mind for its creation, which is your outer reality, right? Number 3 is the inner child. The inner child is also a child and a creation of your ego, which holds all the wounds. Every wounds, when I was this happened to me, that trauma, that drama, that this or that, it's in the inner child. And you know that by now, right? So it took me many, many years to realize and get this download that, oh my God, the inner child is the child of the ego, is the creation of the ego, right? So, moving on, number 4 is the intuition. So this is how I explain it. I said our intuition, if we say our intuition is the first notch, is the whole knowing, is being connected to the universe, is the guidance, blah, 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 blah. The intuition, it's supposed to be your GPS to show you the road, to tell you where to go, where you're going wrong, to see the red flags, to avoid the red flags, right? But now imagine the intuition is in this factory or in this company that the ego is the CEO of the company. So I said, what happens is that eventually the ego will make your intuition doormat. The ego will constantly tell you not to listen to your intuition. Is so eventually it is like you hire an expert. I'm talking about intuition. You hire the best of the best expert, you put it in a company, but you're not allowing it to do its job, and you're just telling it to go and, I don't know, clean up the floor or wash up the bathroom, right? So, number 1, ego. Number 2, mind. Number 3, inner child. Number 4, intuition. Number 4, gut. So now, as we know, it's been many, many years that we call the gut the second brain, right? So the gut, your gut, has become a mind. And number 6, it's all the species, bacteria inside your gut, trillion bacteria, that they all have antennas, and they're constantly communicating with whatever is happening in your environment. If your environment is saying that you're safe, and you're feeling safe, if you are in a country, in a city that it feels safe, if you are in a relationship that you're safe, or the other way, you're living in a country that the bombing is constantly, you don't know where you're standing, you're in relationships that you don't feel safe or secure, and all of these trillion gut bacteria are receiving those information back and forth, and then that becomes what? That becomes, you can imagine, right? And then we have the body. So, and I also explained, I said, because we as human, especially me, myself, we are creatures of habits day after day. I love my routine. I just love it. I like to wake up every day and know that at 3 a.m. I put my cup of coffee and I know my place and I have it, everything all around me organized. Da, da, da. So, because we are a creature of habit, now when I wake up, I don't need my mind to think that I have to go pee or I have to make a coffee. My body already doing that, right? So do you see how complicated this whole package is as a whole? And then you will say, oh my God, this is too complicated. It's going to take me probably 10 other lives for me to get it all together. No, you don't. Let me give you the secret. Ladies and gentlemen, as your fairy godmother, I am here to translate the universal messages for you so you don't get lost. By giving you this free knowledge, you can make your life much, much easier. If you know the earth is a school. Every second, a door is opening. There is another class and another class and another class. If you know what class you're sitting in, it makes it makes your life much easier, right? Imagine all this time You didn't know what you're doing. You didn't know what class you're going to say. What were your chances of passing or becoming an A student? So my role as a fairy godmother, Sud Guru, here is for you to give you the teachings that's going to make your life easier. Okay, lovely people, I'm going to let you go. Your fairy godmother needs to go back to his cave to practice more of non duality, because I know if I want my message to be reach out and to resonate with people, I have to be living my teaching first. So now that I'm back, first of all, and lastly, are you guys happy that I'm back? Yes or no? Okay, now that I'm back, join the club, join the tribe. Again, this is not a cult. I'm not selling anything. We're not brainwashing anyone. Everyone is free to take whatever information I'm giving you. You're free to take it as your truth or non truth. So nothing is being forced here. My mission this life at this point is guide you through your life, and I want to help you. I know what's going on out there, right? I know the majority. This is my job. I'm doing either private coaching every day, or I'm doing webinars, or I'm doing retreats, or whatever. This is my job, and I know what's happening out there. I know people are super lonely. I know people are insecure. I know all of that. So why universe told me to start this community or tribe, it's because of that. Is because you have a place, you have a home that you no longer feel lonely. And I want you guys to write in the comments, what do you think? This is your tribe. Don't put it on me. Don't put it on me. This is your work now. You guys write down in the comments for me. What is it that you need? What is it that we all need? How can we become a family to have each other's back, to help one another? All of us become soulmates, and no twin flames. No, no, no. All of us become soulmates, and in from here on, we help one another. So I'm very happy. I'm super excited to start this community. And I am at your service. And we're going to walk this path together. And we're going to hopefully, we're going to have a beautiful heaven on earth. That's the goal. Till next time, love you. See you next week. Bye bye, everybody. Goodbye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.